Hello and welcome everyone, Sword Art Online fans. I'm your host, RoboGamer1 HD. Today guys, I'm gonna take you into a VR world. Now, I don't do VR games often on my channel, but I absolutely love the technology. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm a very big person into technology, and being able to learn about things from VR tech to just ordinary tech, you name it, I am very intrigued on most things and learning about them. But guys, for this in particular, I am a very big Sword Art Online fan. Now, some people will be like, oh, gross, and all this other stuff, because whether they don't like anime or they just don't like the storyline or something, who knows? But for me personally, I absolutely love Sword Art Online since the beginning. At first I was a little skeptical and I was like, Sword Art? What is Sword Art? Like, what is that supposed to be when I first heard it announced? And then once I started going into the storyline more, I started to learn more about the story. Now, this game in particular, you're about to see here that Yui, being your guide from one of the main characters in Sword Art Online, guides you through this game, and it is actually an exhibit. So what I did was I actually booked tickets in order to not only play this game for a limited amount of time, but to just see the vast world and how they came about creating Sword Art Online. And it's really cool. There's so many cool things that you can do, things that you wouldn't normally be able to do in the real world version of this. And yes, they have created an actual exhibit for Sword Art Online, and it is really cool. It's very close to what is being done here in VR, but there's some small things that are so absolutely cool that you can do that allows you to roam more, do more activities, and things that you wouldn't be able to do in the real world version for this Sword Art Online exhibit. Now, apparently, I don't know how long this has been going on for personally, but I know this has been a big thing in Japan, and they finally brought it to America with this VR game. And a lot of Americans and people across the world have come across this game and discovered it, and it is absolutely awesome. Now, this is the first time they're bringing it to us, I believe, but this exhibit here is what is in 2022. And for those of you who do not know, Sword Art Online takes place in 2022 when the game launches in May 2022, and the memes just start rolling in. I remember in January this year when memes just absolutely started rolling in for Sword Art Online saying, it's 2022 guys, Sword Art Online's actually going to be happening. And for those of you who know the storyline or the backstory to Sword Art Online, you go into this VR MMORPG and there is no logout button, and it's basically a death game until you get to floor 100 of Aincrad. And it's really interesting learning about the storyline, watching and reading the light novels. It is an absolutely amazing experience, and I honestly, it's probably my #1 anime, if I have to say. And I absolutely love Sword Art Online. I can't get away from it. It keeps drawing me back in, and it's one of those animes that I just absolutely love. It's basically my Dragon Ball Z, which is pretty awesome to me, and I absolutely love the storyline, and I just continue going with it, and it doesn't stop, and it's awesome. And I really do hope Sword Art Online continues. Now, there's some times where it gets a little bland in some areas, but for the most part, I enjoy it. And there's even spin-off series too, which is really cool, having a different heroine, and it's really neat seeing that as well. So it's great seeing these different arcs and seeing and learning about how they came about the artwork, how they designed the storyboards and all that jazz, and feeling the nostalgia of every single arc that is out there for Sword Art Online. I really wish more anime developers had things like this to to really memorize and or fall back on, or especially bring these kind of exhibits to America, because sure, there's a lot of these exhibits that exist in Japan, but to bring it to the world like this is so very awesome. And to me, this is such an awesome feeling, being able to go through, see all these different storyboards, artwork, and things that we've seen in the past or may not have seen before, and just feel the awesome nostalgia, or like be like, I know that place, or things like that, or remember that from that scene kind of thing. And it was a very awesome feeling. One thing that I really enjoyed the most is that they gave different activities for like puzzles and things like that, allow you to get wallpapers and artwork and things like that. You could even, there's even a shop that you can actually get t-shirts and various home knickknacks and stuff like that as well. But also the awesome thing about this is that they had a live concert for those that paid for the tickets. I'm sure that's what it all built up to, basically. Especially they had a countdown in the beginning for Riona, one of the main lead singers for Sword Art Online, for the opening and endings of the anime, and that was pretty epic. But also another big thing is that they had a raid for, if everyone remembers, for those who have watched Sword Art Online, Floor 100, the big boss from Floor 100. You actually get to fight in VR just like the characters in Sword Art Online, and it is the first experience, I believe, that you get to fight that monster. I think in the original Sword Art Online, like the very first video game for PSP, I think you do get to fight that monster, I think, unless it was Heathcliff, I can't remember. Anyway, going forward is you actually get to fight this monster, and just like in Sword Art Online, if you beat the floor raid boss, then your name gets written on the stone on the Town of Beginnings, and that to me is so very awesome. In this here, they also had various things as to how they created the characters, what they think of future AI and how VR tech is going to change and evolve as technology goes forward. And I think VR is going to really become a very big thing for us for the future. One thing for me personally, though, is that I really do hope that in the future we get away from these single player / multiplayer games that Bandai Namco is making currently, of a revisioned Sword Art Online game or of the storyline, and instead of trampling over the original storyline, maybe have miniature side storylines. I know they already do that with DLC, but at the same time, I really do hope that they create whether it's a VR MMORPG in the future, but to me, I would be even happy with an actual MMORPG for Sword Art Online, and create my own character to the best of how I want to create it. One game that really hits home for me right now is Blue Protocol, and Sword Art Online and Blue Protocol, the artwork or the way it just connects in some way, shape, or form. Blue Protocol's artwork and Sword Art Online's artwork is just so very similar in a sense that I love it so very much. I mean, even the games, I would love to see a crossover, considering Bandai's the publisher, and they have Sword Art Online games with Bandai already. So Blue Protocol is a game by Bandai that I'm actually covering right now too, and I would love to see games like that just change the world. Like right now, there's so much hype from the anime community right now for Blue Protocol. It's so very awesome, and I cannot wait to see that game actually launch. And if you're watching this in the future and it does launch, that's awesome as well. I'm just super excited for that game. But that's about the closest game that allows me to be online with a large amount of people and experience my own somewhat version of Sword Art Online, even though it's not in the same universe, kind of thing. I would love to see a crossover though, like I mentioned. But seeing all of these amazing storyboards and nostalgic feelings really are pretty awesome. But for me personally, I would love to see an actual MMORPG. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section down below if you guys think that we would love to be able to see or not see an actual MMORPG for Sword Art Online. I think that would be pretty awesome, and continuously just keep on updating, whether it's set in the same universe and you actually have to keep on getting up to floor 100 kind of thing in Aincrad. Oh, I can just imagine how cool that would be, them designing the world of Sword Art Online and then having the next story arc of ALO, GGO, and stuff like that as things progress. And then once they actually get to War of the Underworld, if let's say the MMORPG has been that successful and gone that far, they start creating their own arcs or creating their own type of expansions. That would be very cool to me, I feel. And I'm a big MMORPG person already, as I already play Final Fantasy, but sometimes I do have to get away from Final Fantasy sometimes. But anyway, going forward, what you're about to see, I do have to mute the audio in the background for this specifically because it does have copyrighted music by Riona. But this here, this room, is like a theater almost. And it is probably the best VR cinematic movie-like experience that I have ever seen to date. So whatever the Sword Art Online team did with this video specifically was absolutely amazing. Basically, you're in a box, but you're surrounded by this entire thing, and it is so very cool. Everything is coming at you, and in VR, it's just so cool. You have digital numbers of like the seed like surrounding you. You're going through this castle of the town of beginnings, and you see Akihiko Kayaba towering over top of you, and it actually feels like you are there. That's just how cool this cinematic experience is. You hear Kirito and Asuna just like belching out and screaming like, yeah, let's go get this boss kind of thing. And it's just such a very awesome experience having all of this stuff like digital photos or like sword clashing just flying at you in VR. Like from the video perspective, it doesn't do it justice, but being in VR, you have all of these things just surrounding you, and it feels so very real, and it's crazy. All of these particle effects or 3D models just appearing out of nowhere and being in your space. It is, you could geek out about it for a tech enthusiast or somebody that is very much into VR. It is probably the greatest experience that I have ever had in VR to date. Like, I love VR chats, or I used to anyway, but there's games like this that are short time from February 22nd to March 11th in 2022, and it's short games like this make the world so much better, and it's so awesome for VR tech. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the raid boss at the end here. So what you're about to see is while you can't hear me on voice comms because I was using my VR headset mic at the time, you guys will actually get to hear the guys that I was playing with and what we did to try and beat the boss at floor 100. It is pretty epic, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this awesome video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed a little bit nostalgia just like I did, and checking out some of the amazing experiences that is Sword Art Online Ex-Chronicles. So guys, thank you again. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Even by myself, I'm... Yeah.
Is there a way to, like, move around manually, or is there only teleporting?
Teleporting.
Okay.
Yeah. The closest I got one, like, a quarter of a bar by just shooting at a shit ton of moving, but it eventually caught me. I was
Yeah, I
like,
like
damn it.
how we're just allowed to use guns, even though that was, like, never against this boss.
Right now.
You can tell they didn't really watch SAO very much, the people who made it.
No. I'm really disappointed though. I was really thinking this was gonna be like actual live VR fucking concert.
Okay. And so with those with guns, just distract. Your main goal is distract.
Alright.
And
Anybody need a second sword that's doing DPS?
Honestly, I feel like if you're gonna distract, just actually keep the sword just in case if one of us loses our weapons or something happens. I don't know.
Alright. I think it's just run in. If it comes near you, run away.
Alright, everyone ready?
Sounds good.
Alright, let's do this.
Let's do this. Easy one. Easy win.
Go once again.
We got this. If it comes straight at you, run. Just teleport away as fast as you can.
Go, go, DPS! It's like chopping carrots, it's chopping vegetables, keep chopping at it. Oh.
Okay, one bar down.
It's like playing drums on the tail. Play drums on the tail, guys. Oh. Yo, it's like I'm getting dead-ass giving a massage.
I'm getting dizzy following this thing.
Once, I got hit.
Shoot. There we all are.
Dude, we beat it even faster.
We beat that so fast.
Dude. 2
Alright,
minutes,
we
39
gotta-
seconds. Dude, we're
Okay,
gonna wipe out the entire board with just our names.
Crumb Noodle. Crumb Noodle, we gotta
Yeah, what's up, man?
have you take a selfie.
Alright, another selfie? Alright, ready?
Yeah,
Let me
with
get the
all of
perfect
us.
positioning. I need to go a little bit
Should
more in
we all
front
stand
because
up
you guys
there?
are...
Should we stand
Oh,
up
yeah,
just
yeah,
by
everyone
the board?
stand up there. Everyone stand up there. Like
Everyone
in
just
between the
get in
names.
line.
Yeah, just in between the names, everyone get in line and hold up. Let me get the perfect angle because it's really
Wait, and
awkward
how
to
should
get
we hold our
this angle.
swords?
However you want, man.
triumphant
Do a
over the head
pose.
kind
Do
of thing,
whatever.
or-
Do like stick it. Like I don't know. Do something.
We were
Alright, let's see here. Alright, I got the angle, guys. I got the angle. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go again, guys! Let's go again!
Yeah, let's go again. Let's go again.
I think this was the same arena where Akihiro Kayaba like stabbed Kirito there, and then Kirito went freaking god mode, freaking axe mode on. Fucking
We should all reenact how it happened.
Here, I'll be awesome. save you. Okay, bet.
Who am I stabbing? Who's curious?